welcome back to We Are The Goodison Gang. It is the match preview ahead of Everton's game on Saturday at 3 o'clock. Kick-off, a lunchtime kick-off at 3 o'clock at Brighton V Albion. Sean Dyche versus Roberto De Zerbo's side. After Everton last time played, Brighton won a 5-1 at the Dyche Stadium. Can Everton do it again? Who knows? Sean Dyche has held his pre-match press conference ahead of that games, and we'll see what Dyche has to say in a bit. And also, Everton are coming off a 1-1 draw to Crystal Palace at Goodison Park. But for me, the starting lineup, Sean Dyche cannot fail to get wrong again, because he'll end up either in a defeat or something. And we can't afford that. This game is a must-win now. Literally, we need to forget about the Palace game and start again, because, as I said, that was bang out of order by Sean Dyche, the way he got the team wrong. So let's start again. But this game is a must-win. Our home performance is dreadful. It's been the worst in the Premier League, in the club's history too. But as a result, as I said, this is now a must-win at Brighton. If we don't win against Brighton, then there's big worries for Sean Dyche's Everton side. My starting 11 is going to... Actually, I'm going to do my prediction first. I'm going to say a 1-0 win to Everton. Everton to win 1-0 at the Dyche Stadium. My starting 11, in goal, Jordan Pickford. Right back, I'm going to go with Seamus Coleman. Then I'm going to go with Vitaly Mykolenko, Jarrod Branthwaite and James Tchaikovsky. Then in midfield, Amadou Onana, Idrissa Gana Gueye, Jimmy Garner and... No, in fact, I'm going to have Jimmy Garner as well as Amadou Onana and Dukes Abdoulaye Doucouré. In front of them, I'm going to go with Harrison on the right, on the left, Dwight, and up front, Beto. Yeah, Calvert-Lewin has been trying, but hasn't got a goal. So I think for me now, Beto needs to start scoring now too. So for me, we need to. And let's hope that we get some points back tomorrow on Friday morning or afternoon or evening, whenever it's going to be announced. Let's hope that we get it done. Let's hope that we get our 10 points back, or 7 points, or 8 points, or 9 points, whatever. As long as it's not 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 or 5. Let's just hope that we get most of our points back, or all of them. And let's grab a victory at Brighton. We haven't gone to Brighton and had a defeat before. We've always either come away with something or we've won it. We've had 20 wins against Brighton and 2 draws and 0 defeats. So Everton's history at Brighton looks fantastico. But as I said, we cannot afford to lose the game. It's literally a must-win, no matter what. Sean Dyche's Everton side, this is literally a now must-win game for Sean Dyche's Everton side. It's going to be very, very tricky. But as a result, as I said, yeah, I've got confidence that we'll win it. About 1-0, I reckon. But at the end of the day, we need to try our hardest now, and we've got to get them goals the back of the net. No matter what, the back of the net. Because it's been months since we've had a win in the Premier League. We've either had defeats or draws. That's not good enough anymore. We need a win massively. We badly need a win massively. Because this Everton side is lacking goals this season so far. Now, I mean, Jimmy Garner, it needs to be up for this now, as well as all the players. And yeah, I think Doucouré will score for us against Brighton, and I think that will win the game. I don't know how many goals, but I know there's going to be a few goals for Everton Football Club, and I've got big, huge, high hopes for Sean Dyche's Everton side to go out to Brighton and get a win, as we are the second best in the Premier League for our away performance. Right, here's Sean Dyche with his press conference.
We could do the other night, but it was a genuine joke because he's in the right spot. I don't mind him, miss, that's the way it goes. But you know, you're in the right spot, score a goal, he's nice and alive, he gets himself on the side, attacking the maybes, as I call it. You know, where is it going to land? Maybe it will land here, maybe it will land there, and he's reading that situation, anticipating it. So you want that kind of freedom to be in there in the right areas. And then the final moment of truth is whoever that comes to, you know, finding the clarity to find a finish.
Again, though, it seems that a lot of the focus when it comes to goal scoring is on Dominic Calvert-Lewin and his run without the goal at the moment. Is that fair, given that, as you say, defending is the whole team?
I think whether it's fair or not, that's strikers, isn't it? That's being a striker. That's the reality of the role. You know, all strikers, I'm sure, should at least, I'm not saying they all do, but they should want the adulation of being a striker and scoring goals. And that's part of the fuel that you'd have as a striker, I would suggest, is that feeling, that amazing feeling when you do score, especially at Goodison, the crowd generally erupt. I think they know the responsibility. That's part of their role, that's part of their responsibility. Having said that, of course, as I've said many times, I've said to the players all the time, it's not just the striker's responsibility to score goals, because we want them to work, we want them to defend, we want them to do the hard yards for the team. So therefore, we've got to pay that back with other people scoring. Excuse me.
What impact do you see this run without a goal having on Dominic? I mean, the positive is that he's getting a good run of games.
Yeah, staying fit. I think he's playing stronger all the time. I thought he did the other day. And I think the impact is what it is. I think strikers know that's the rules of their job. You know, if it's not quite working, how do you get it to work for you? And I think key habits are important. You know, it's as I said, getting in the right areas, arriving at the right times in the right places, and you've got to keep doing that.
Do you have to remind him that it was 4 and 6 before this win?
No, not really. I think he knows. I think he knows where he's at. Like I say, you know, there's enough noise in football now. Do you think he's thinking like there's no noise about him not scoring? I'm pretty sure he knows that.
But again, he was in position as well.
Yeah. Great ball from Dyche. The right run. I don't know, a yard or two, and it goes in. That's sometimes the way it is. But I think, like I said, it's staying with the habits, getting in the right areas, keep producing the performances if you're not scoring to help the team, and I think he's doing that.
In terms of what you can expect against Brighton, how do you see it? Because obviously it was a hard-fought draw at Goodison earlier this season, very different to what happened down at their place.
Well, they've shown again they're a good outfit. We know that. Reblended the team, having missed a few players or players leaving, and still a good outfit. The home records have been very good for a number of seasons. But yeah, we found a way. I thought at home we gave a good performance, kept them very minimal chances. Didn't create as many as we'd like to ourselves, but it was a good tactical performance. I think you have to do that against these. I think tactically you have to be right. Equally, you have to be right on transition. You know, most teams who do well against them have worked well on transition, including ourselves, of course, last season. But you can't just rely on that. You know, we've got to play as well. We've got to work with the ball and in possession when we get it as well as getting the tactical sort of framework of the side right. So.
Has it impacted the mindset to be out of the bottom four?
Well, I think it's just something that sometimes people forget. You know, we got 10 points taken off us, and suddenly you're thrust back into I think it was second bottom at that time. And I think after losing at Man U, we might have got 5 points out of it. I can't remember, 4 or 5 points out of it, and now we're back above it. So you know, it's a fair marker. You know, it's not the perfect marker, but it's a fair swing that when you've had 10 points taken off you. So we're just waiting. Look, the appeal, we don't know what's going to happen. It could make a big difference, could make a medium difference, might make a small difference. We don't know. But there's plenty of work to be done, that's for sure. And I think the players are putting in plenty of work. I see them every day. I think they're very diligent, and I think the professionalism have been excellent. And now taking it onto the pitch and staying with the belief system in playing how we are playing and finding the finishes, as you rightly say, to win games. And I think we're close. Well, there hasn't been much calm water since I've been at this club, that's for sure. The odd week, and then another wave comes and hits you in the face. So let's see how it tumbles forward.
Just finally for me, Sean, just check the injuries. Obviously, Dan, do you want to take it? Not ready. Yeah, how far away? Seamus.
Yeah, he was early in the week. At least he was back in today. Still sounds a little bit groggy, but he's the pro he is. Ali's working very hard to get fit. Andre's working very hard to get fit. And there's more I say, okay, Miko's took a knock, but I think, well, hopefully he'll be all right. Yeah, I think everyone else is okay. No, we had to monitor his minutes, of course, but no, he's been on that trend today.
Thanks, John.
Thank you.
Actually, just one for real, Dominic. How much are you hoping that the return of Doucouré is going to maybe take a bit of pressure off him, improve the service to him?
I don't think it's about taking any pressure off anyone. You know, pressure's there in all of certainly our professional lives, that's true, and certainly in football. So I think that's what you adapt to as a player. And you sort of need somewhat of a pressure. You need something to help stimulate other than your own stimulation. So I think that's part and parcel of it. And the top players take pressure all the time. So I always say to the younger players, well, for all the players, but specifically younger players, that's what your growth is. You know, it's handling the question marks, it's handling the pressure and still delivering. And I think that's all part of it. Dom's a bit older and wiser, of course. But amongst a group who are, you know, it's not just about Dom and Duke, I can assure you. Dwight pitched in with a number of goals last year. Jack Harrison's got goals in him from his previous record. You know, we've got goals elsewhere in the team. Our set pieces are a massive threat. We know that. So, you know, there's other ways of scoring, but it is obviously helpful and helpful to them as individuals when strikers are scoring. That is quite obvious.
You said it's possibly at the back of the players, right? So is it not the subject of daily conversation around the training?